Hey, what up, everybody? It's Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders on the Cover Capes, here to bring to you my awesome weekend at Megacon Orlando. But I obviously wasn't by myself. I had my homeboy. I was so happy to finally see a goddamn familiar face, folks. You have no idea. I've been in Florida for quite some time, and the big homie came down from Mass. There's one of my good friends. Dude, this is my homie in the business right here, brother. Who am I talking about? He owns an amazing website called CritiX.com. He has an amazing channel on YouTube, Klep CX. That's the big homie himself, Klep Napier.
What up, man? What's going on? What's going on?
My brother, man. Hopefully you got back home safely and all, and it wasn't a crazy trip after what we went through on the weekend.
Oh, man, nah, it was actually very relaxing because I swear I got the most steps in that I've gotten in the last 2 years, you know. but this is what we asked for, though, because we've been crying for this. We've been crying. Yep. Everyone's been crying and waiting for a big con to actually happen, and we got what we asked for.
We definitely did. And you ain't lying about getting them steps in, man. I mean, this is why we need conventions. That's our exercise, folks. Otherwise, we're in front of a computer. Like, we don't get a convention, you know, we're going to just keep growing, if you know what I mean.
That's the truth, man. That is definitely the truth, man. I think one day I did 14,000.
Oh, God.
I think that might have been either Friday or Saturday. I did 14,000.
It had to be the Saturday. I think that was the day that you were really like out. And
yeah.
I only saw you at the booth. I think you only passed by once.
Yeah. I think it was. It might have been either like Friday or Saturday, one of those days. But there was a lot to see. I'm not gonna. There was a lot to see.
All right, so let's get into it real quick right there. So, you know, you coming from up north, you know, we know how our conventions run up there. This is my first experience with a down south con, my first Florida con ever. You know, the only other experience outside of, you know, up north I had was obviously San Diego when we went, which we boogied on that too. So what were your thoughts, you know, coming into MegaCon, and then how was the experience itself?
Well, for me, like, I don't ever look at it as though like north, south, southeast, you know what I mean? Because to me, I go by the convention producer. Like, gotcha. You know, a Reed Pop show, you know, you can tell a FanExpo show, that kind of thing. So with me, in coming from the side that we usually come into these things, because we're not coming in as customers per se, we're coming in as, you know, press or exhibitors or you know creators. So it definitely felt like a FanExpo show. And we have one.
Wait, when you say that though, is that a good or bad thing?
It's not a bad thing. I'm not. Listen, the show was fun, and when I met by those, I saw a lot of familiar faces, because they also do the FanExpo here in New England. So I saw a lot of familiar faces, exhibitors, which I was surprised. A lot of cosplayers as well. I saw some familiar faces as far as that as well. And then, I mean, there was one bad thing, and that was just, you know, typical the way that press is run, you know, all over most of these conventions outside of the bigger ones, like the industry ones. So
let's talk about that, because I want people to clarify, you know, we do sign up as press. I mean, here's my badge from the show. All right. And you would think that this would give you, you know, certain privileges. Now, I'll say that Repop, this does bring a privilege.
Yeah.
All right.
However, it holds a lot of weight. A lot of weight at a Repop show, trust me.
But the FanExpo was a little different. I don't know if there was miscommunication, because I don't want to poop on anybody, but there also needs to be clarification of what the responsibilities of press should be.
Yeah.
Now, in your mind, what can FanExpo do better in regards to treatment of press?
I mean, and this is just comparing it to like other shows that we've been to that are a lot more heavy industry wise. Because neither one is better than the other, because they're all significant in size. But the way that one handles the industry side versus the way the other handles the industry side is like day and night. You know, like you go to one, and you know, press has an itinerary, and everything is kind of they give us a space, a room, scheduled appointments, things of that nature to take care of what we need to take care of off of the floor, so there isn't any interfering of their time with the fans, because that's what's more important.
Absolutely.
The fans come to see their favorite who's and what's. You want to make sure that they have their uninterrupted time. But then again, the guests, the celebrity guests, are there as well to get the word out about projects that they're working on and things that they're doing, so that the fans and the rest of the world can know about it. And it just, the miscommunication. We're told one thing, leave them alone, stay away from them, which is fine and dandy. You got to abide by the rules of the convention, because it's their house.
But I mean, they're celebrities, and I'm pretty sure they have projects that they want to discuss with press about. So, I want to show this before you move on. Something that kind of sparked the conversation between us over there was this amazing image right here. Klep took it upon himself to I want to have an opportunity to speak to Michael Rooker.
Let me explain that, because
explain how this happened.
All right, so at the end of the day, we're journalists here, and we are CritiX.com. We've been doing this for over 6 years. When we started out, before anyone knew who we were or anyone cared who we were, it was guerrilla. It was guerrilla interviews. For anyone that understands what we're talking about, we would hit the floor running, and I mean anyone that was willing to talk to us, we would approach that booth respectfully. We would talk to their handler respectfully, or the representative respectfully, and try to see if they had anything they wanted to talk about. I had a flashback and had to resort back to that at this con, and I was a little spoiled. I'm not gonna lie, because we haven't had to do that in a long time, because of conventions like Repop, and even Terrificon. I mean,
and even Gary Summers shows the Northeast Comic Con and Terracons and stuff like that. You know what I mean? They give us the access. They don't really poo on it, because they understand that press is press. But in this situation, you hustled your ass to get this opportunity.
And I was very respectful. I just spoke to the handler, and I was willing to pay. Like I said, listen, how much for his pictures or autograph? And the lady kindly said $65, and I was like, okay, cool. I was like, you think if I pay, maybe he'll give me 3 minutes? I didn't want to sit there and talk to the guy about his life or all. I just wanted to get some words with him that maybe he felt were necessary, and he actually did share some insightful things that we'll get into. But so the lady that the handler said, you know what, his representative, his manager's right there. She was a nice lady. I believe her name was Juliet. And I went over to her. And shout out to Juliet, because she was a gem. She was beautiful. She was nice. And I told her, my situation. I said, hey, I'm willing to pay, for his time. Is there any way that we can, have a 3-minute interview? And she was like, she saw my pass and was like, well, you're press. She was like, you should be fine. And I was like, honestly, I said, I was told that I wasn't supposed to bother him. I can't, have an interview. And she looked at me like I had 17,000 faces and was like, what?
Because it doesn't make sense. You're at a convention. He's not going to be busy with fans the whole time, even though he is big. But I'm sure, let's talk about the record. How many projects does he have out right now?
3 that most people would probably know about. And one of them I dropped the ball on, because I didn't know until he reminded me when we were talking, and I was like, "Oh, that's right, the Netflix cartoon." For those of you who don't know, he's in Vivo. So we talked a little bit. He was excited. He was like, "Yeah, we got time, perfect timing." Because I waited till the line was done. Because, like I said, the fans are what's more important. Like, I understand. Like, we're not going to always win all the time. We're not going to always get an opportunity. But if the opportunity is there, at least we can figure out a way to work around it. Like,
absolutely,
I'm reasonable, and we understand that at the end of the day, it is all about the fan experience, which is why it's called the FanExpo, which is why we would prefer off the floor interviews or things of that nature. But it was just a really weird miscommunication thing, and almost felt like there wasn't really an effort to even make it happen, because all parties weren't on the same page. So it wasn't the fact that it felt like we were getting shunned away or some words I'm looking for, or
being denied.
Yeah, it was just like
We weren't being denied, but we also, it was just,
we weren't a priority. We weren't a priority. We were just, it's like, I don't know why we're there. At this point, it's like I don't understand
what press means to them.
Outside the point that we post pictures of the awesome cosplay that was there, because there was a lot of awesome cosplay,
amazing cosplay.
The fandom and the fan base at these conventions, all conventions, including FanExpo, is amazing.
It's a great energy. There was definitely a great energy. You felt that people were happy to return to a big con. You know what I mean? I mean, yes, people seems how is it, leery at first, if you will, about it. I guess. How are they going to enforce the mask? This, that, the other. But guess what? Kudos to the security teams there. I probably saw 2 or 3 people at most without a mask, and they probably got reprimanded once the security saw them because they were very tough on it.
Security was really cool, and even with the press situation, because I was questioned a couple of times by some gentlemen, and they were very respectful and very understanding, because I had got permission from one of the gentlemen who was running the floor, and I said, listen, I just want to film interactions,
some B-roll.
Yeah, I was like, I just want to, if they're signing something for someone or taking a pic, I want to get that interaction. And he was like, you know what? He said, he's like, I appreciate you asking. He said, as long as you're not, going up to anyone and asking for anything, you can do what you want. And while I was doing that, some gentlemen in suits stopped me and questioned
the men in black.
Yeah. And I was like, this guy, such and such, I said his name, and he was cool. He was like, okay.
You didn't erase your memory, so you didn't forget the guy's name.
He was like, as long as they gave you the green light, you're good. So, like I said, it's not a problem with us just getting denied. There's just a lot of miscommunication and no effort being put forth in making sure this goes smoothly. Because for a situation that went smoothly for me, it probably could be really bad for the next person.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like I'm respectful.
You're respectful. Exactly. That's the key word. You're respectful. You know how to ask someone that's just there, may get very livid and get their butt tossed because they wouldn't know how to react to that type of situation. But this is why we're the vets in this. We know how to roll with the punches and make it happen anyway.
Yeah, but other than that, I was able to step back. It was kind of a little mini vacation for me because I got the one interview with Mr. Rooker, and it was enough for me because he was really the one that I flew down here to talk to, and then I was able to kind of be a outside customer, a fan once again.
Oh yeah, talk about fandom. Let's show off your scoops, man. Because look at this. This guy went. I'm working behind a table, and this dude is just running around the combine. Saying, look what I got. Look what I got. I'm like, damn, brother.
And shout out to you, Al, because I mean, you were the one that put the gem in my head about the indie creators. Like, I'm not gonna lie, maybe 5, 6 years ago, I would have never been at an indie creators table. But then, seeing through your eyes the importance of it, and then meeting a friend, I call him a friend, Sam Rivera, creator of one of the comics that I purchased.
Right there, guys, Treasures of the Deep Sea, right there, kiddo. Sam Rivera, Stormwave Entertainment.
Yeah, I have a new found love for indie creators because at the end of the day, it's all great work. It's all comic culture, and who knows? One of these guys may be the next big thing. This.
I absolutely believe that. I mean, these guys right here. A shout out to Onyx Comics.
Yeah,
I mean,
13 Tribes.
Yeah, bro. Folks. So, Klep was telling me, hey, you got to meet these homies. He showed me the book. I said, sure, let's do this, because I was, again, handling a raffle, right? So I finally was able to make the time, and he takes me over to the booth, and I'm chit-chatting with the guys to let them know who we are. Honest Comics really rules. And he goes, you know what? Thanks for coming through. Let me bless you. Man, this is the first piece of original art that I have ever owned in my whole life. Folks, he does not do prints. He gives away the original art pages. Of course, his homie saw that. What did you give him? Hold on. I can't let you give him 99 look cheap. Then I get this awesome print signed by the artist. And Klep is like, damn, man, I ain't getting nothing.
I was like, yeah, I came over here, I paid for the books, I brought you over, and I'm like, this man's getting everything. But you know what? That's what happens. You
No,
know,
that's love. That's indie though.
Yeah.
On some real business.
Yeah.
Yo, I mean, that dude, I was in shock. I actually had a lump in my throat. Like nobody's ever given me a piece of original art. You know, comic books and all, and I get that. And it's hard for me sometimes to want to take the comics because again, I'd rather you sell those books. You feel me? I want to take a digital copy that doesn't cost you a cent because you know you're duplicating that digital copy nonstop. But when it comes to physical, it's hard for me to accept those sometimes. But I understand why, and I truly appreciate it. I mean, Comic Crusaders is here for the independent comic book creator. Period. We're here for all creators, but specifically indie. I mean, and this swag that homie picked up over here. I mean, talk about these gems, right? You know what?
Oh man.
You blew my mind because I'm jealous that you got the last issues here. Let them know how you picked up these. I mean, these were not at the price that there was a. Yo, guys, you gotta listen to this story. He got so lucky.
So I'm gonna say this right now. Just looking at this entire thing, I remember the only books that were over $5.
Okay.
Are the indie ones.
All right, right here. This corner costs you the most.
Now, when I say over $5, only 3 of those indies were over $5. 2 of those indies were $5, and I just bought more than one.
Ah, right there.
Yes.
Godsend treasures. Yep.
Now, all those other books, and you can see they're all keys.
Oh yeah,
they're all keys. Actually, hold on. Let me roll back. 2 of them. The 2 at the top. So the Black Widow, which is the first black suit appearance of Natasha Romanoff, and then the Thor Corps were my most expensive books.
Okay.
Everything else was indeed $5.
Yo, he got the last issue of the Blood Syndicate, which is a hard book to find.
It was originally
the last issue. How much was it?
Originally $60.
And he found it where?
Okay, so this is what happened. I went to this booth. And I was there was a whole bunch of boxes, short boxes, and they were all said $5 books. So I'm going through all of them. I'm picking out my keys. I'm like, wow, there's a lot of keys in this thing. I found both power packs. I found the first Batwoman. I found the first Ilyana Rasputin. I found the X-Force #1.
With the Deadpool card.
Yep. The card's included, and it's polysealed. I found the Venom Lethal Protector. And then I found the Milestone books, and they were in the $5 bin. So I grabbed all these books except for those Milestone books because I was like, they're way too much. They had specific stickers on them. One said 35, the other said 60. So I went to the guy and I said, hey, when I was about to check out, I said, are all those books over there $5? And he said, yeah, if they're over there, they're $5. I was like, oh, because there's a couple that have individual stickers on them. There were a lot more than the ones that I showed him. So he walked over and he goes and looks, and he was like, "Oh no!" He was like, "No, these are definitely not," because the sticker I didn't notice had the price plus the date, and the date was very recent. It was like 7/21, like so July.
Oh, wow.
So it was like July-ish around that time. So he goes and takes him to the guy, and then I'm about to check out, and he comes back to me and he was like, "Yo, listen. For being honest, you may have these for $5 a piece."
Whoa, shit, bro! That's a vendor, kid. That's a vendor.
I was like, "What?" I said, "Thank you." Like, what? Yeah. So for being honest, I got a $60 book for $5, and it's in great condition.
Honesty is the best policy. Not just that. I mean, I know everybody has watched the new What If episode.
Yep. Oh, I love it. I just watched it today, actually.
Okay, listen. You know, I've been telling you, I'm not a fan. I have to get acclimated to the animation. Okay, I'll still be honest there. You know, so Disney-ish to see Marvel that way. I just, my wife asked me, "Why don't you like it?" I'm like, "Because it's Marvel. I want to see it more rugged. This is too cutesy for me." But it was a great story, and then you found the T'Challa pop.
Yeah, but not the one that most people have probably seen. This one is T'Challa as Star-Lord with no mask. which is an FYE exclusive. So I had to get it, and then of course I had to get.
Yo, guys, wait a minute. I want to say this real quick. This guy, when he was texting me from up north, he was talking about like, yo, is it true they got a White Castle in Orlando? Blah blah. I was like, oh shit, yeah, it's gonna be like a superstore. We were talking about this, right? How is it? The first day, I think he gets off the plane. He doesn't check into the hotel. He apparently goes to White Castle. That's how it sounded. It's like, yo, I dropped everything, got White Castle. I'm like, bro, I live here and I've not been to White Castles yet.
I've been there twice already.
Bro, twice. Yeah. And then this is what killed me the most. He says, look what I found out. This is like on Thursday or Friday. Look what I found. This motherfucker pulls up a White Castle Funko Pop. I'm like, bro, White Castle, if you do not sponsor We Are CritiX.com, you are missing out. I mean, this is the ultimate right here person, influencer for White Castle.
Oh man, dude, it was an online exclusive. It was the only way you could get it was on Hot Topics website.
Wow, really?
So, yeah. That was the first time I saw it a couple of months ago. So when I actually saw it in person, I was like, oh, I gotta grab it, and I didn't pay a lot for it, so I had to grab it. I had to.
Gotcha. Here, folks, you want to see some of my little picks? Go ahead. But real quick, I love my Savage. And these were $5 a pop, apparently. And Klep just goes, just tell them all of them for 15.
Yeah.
Let me listen to Klep. Yo, 15. All right, bet. No problem, the guy says. I mean, yo, we have right here, the new original Red Sonja. This is a gem right here. This is the key. And you got this very infamous cover right here. You know what I mean? I mean, I had to get them, and this is just me starting my journey. I was happy to get that.
Which I'm really shocked that you got those books for what you got them for, being that they're so old. Here's one thing that I've noticed about these exhibitors and these comic book stores that show up at these conventions. They are so hung up on the older books and what they can make off the older books that they skim right past the moderns that are shooting through the roof.
Or even samples like this. Even those samples, those are not moderns, but those Savages have some amazing things in them that if you know your shit, you will capitalize tenfold.
I have 2 books in my haul, Al, that I should not have gotten for what I got.
I know you did. I know.
And they slept on them completely. When I asked him, I was like, hey, do you have any of these? And he was like, I only have these 2. And I was like, what? And I was like, how much are they? And he said $5. I was like, are you kidding me right now?
Oh,
just one of those books is going for $20 right now because of rarity, and you didn't even care. You were so focused on selling your old books, and you have these moderns in here that you guys pay attention. The moderns.
Yeah, but don't say that too loudly because there are vendors that take advantage. But before we do that, just real quick, I want to shout out Absolute Comics for this too, because they gave me 2 swag bags of comics, and I mean, I have never felt a different variety of covers in my life. I mean, lenticular, plastic, 3D. I mean, these covers feel so different, and unique with awesome stories. A shout out to my neighbors. Film Fest. They hooked me up with an awesome T-shirt.
Oh, those guys are cool.
They were very cool, and they have a horror film fest happening in October here in Florida. Yo, check them out. Obviously, my 2 art pieces, gorgeous. Shout out to Onyx Comics.
Yeah, that second one is dope.
Yeah, that is gorgeous. But I mean, the coloring and all, and obviously he loves big booty, so it's like he knew what I liked. So, they were awesome. So. Klep, what do you think, though, overall your experience? You came down to Florida, you experienced Megacon. It's one of the bigger cons that I think you've gone to this year, right?
Yeah, until October.
So what was your overall, like, if you were to score Megacon as the first post-COVID, convention, large convention you went to, what would you give it a score of based out of 5 stars?
Oh, the 5-star rule?
Yeah.
It depends. Am I talking as a customer experience?
Okay. All right. So I'll break it down for you like this.
Okay.
First thing that we're gonna go is yes. As a customer, what's your rating?
Out of 5, I give it a 3.
Okay. As a press person.
Well, and let me explain why though. As a customer, why I give it a 3, because it's definitely worth going to.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a con worth going to, especially if you are a comic book or a trinket collector.
Especially, oh yeah, if you love comic book paraphernalia, and when I say
Yeah, yeah,
paraphernalia, that's cosplay tools, cosplay suits, T-shirts, book
yeah,
bags, trinkets.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
they
yeah.
got them all, yo. I mean,
Yeah,
galore.
creatives from all over
And I mean,
making
handmade
everything.
shit too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Handmade. I mean, real creators. Enough respect to them for really showing off their craft, and the majority of them do an
And
amazing job.
and they do have, they do bring out the industry for customers to meet. There were a lot of voice actors,
Yes.
a lot of relevant
Dude,
celebrities.
you ran into 2 Power Rangers just sitting in the middle
Yeah,
of a
yeah,
trinket aisle. I
yeah.
mean,
I
like what?
know. Yeah, yeah. There were people all over the place. We never found Timac though. We never found the Last Dragon.
Everybody kept telling me that he was there. I'm like, yo, we've been searching for him. He didn't want to be found. He was gonna
Yeah,
kick our ass. That's why.
yeah. We didn't find the Last Dragon. He was out there, but we never found him.
It's all right.
So for a customer experience, definitely a solid 3. Like as in me, I always when I say 3, I mean it's even in film, it's watchable. This is worth the trip. This is worth checking
It's
out.
fun, yeah.
You will get the most out of it. I don't know if it's a 3-day thing, but I would go at least 2 days.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually a 4-day thing because it's from Thursday to Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, like as a customer though, if I was
But
a customer,
I think that
yeah.
2 days. I mean, the place is big, but it's not San Diego big, because they're not
Yeah,
throwing a block party.
yeah.
They're not doing stuff at the
Yeah.
stadium. You know what I mean?
And if you're
So
going,
2 days is good for you.
yeah, if you're going to meet people, I would say do all the meeting in one day and then go shop another day, and then call it a weekend. But yeah, I think it's worth the trip. 2 days the most. I wouldn't, unless it was like panels that you needed to see. Which that was another problem now.
Oh yes, I wasn't getting announcements, and the Megacon form itself.
But I'm gonna
didn't have much stuff.
I'm gonna put that in the press rating.
All right, so what is the press rating?
My press rating is a 1.5.
Oof.
1.5.
You know what? I'm with it. I could agree tenfold with that, because again, I was behind the booth, so for me, I wasn't really pushing the agenda. Who I wanted to speak to were indie creators, and they were so accessible. As you saw, I was able to walk over with them, put my camera on the edge of their table, go, give us your spiel real quick, and I could move on. But when it came to the celebs, I was like, you know what, Klep is having a hard time, and I'm not here to get aggravated.
Yeah. But like I said, it doesn't even have to start with the celebs. Like celebs is one thing, cool, whatever. They're busy people, we get it. But as we go to other shows, there's a mailing list. Once press is approved, you're getting bombarded with press releases, whether it's from studios, whether it's from indie books, like you're getting bombarded with opportunities. This was not the case. Like you got a press badge. The only email I got from this place was my approval.
Let me just say this. Klep is so right, because here I am at Megacon. There's tons of celebrities, right? I ain't get shit. But here I am at Megacon getting emails from somebody else altogether offering me opportunities with an amazing film director, Robin Rodriguez, an amazing animator, Patrick Osborne. I'm not even trying for these things, folks. It's just landing on my lap. Dude, and it's like, do I need the cons to have the access? No.
I missed 3 advanced screenings while I was there, because I was getting emails for those. I got more screenings thrown on my Netflix account. Like there's just my emails was getting bombarded over that weekend, but nothing from Megacon.
We don't have a lack of content, folks. This is what we're trying to say here.
Yeah.
And we're not bitching to bitches. Like, again, there are other conventions that do this so much professionally, if you will, when it comes to us, and they give us that respect that makes, again, when San Diego had me in the room next to a BBC and a CBS, and here's little old Comic Crusaders, and I know, Klep, you mentioned that as well, where critics are sitting in the room with these big conglomerates. It's like, holy shit, we made it. We're here. We're here, kiddo. And which is great. And FanExpo, unfortunately, didn't give us that excitement as press. I
think the best way to do it would be, whoever you approve, just throw the emails in a bucket and tell them this is who you need to contact if you want to release anything. That I'll be okay with. I'm not saying that FanExpo needs to hand walk us over to
No one
celebrities
needs
and
to hold
say,
our hand. No,
yeah,
exactly.
that's not what we're saying. What we're saying is that it
Let
should
us work
be,
with the agents.
yeah, there should be a, you approve your people, throw them in the pool, and say, guys, this is all the press for the event. If there's anything you want to say,
We had a media room that I never saw or couldn't find.
because I'm pretty sure a lot of those indie guys would want, like publishers, they would want that press. Like
Absolutely.
they should be hitting us up like, hey, listen, I'm an indie publisher, and just like you are, that's what you do. That is your forte. I know you would have loved, instead of me having to bring you over the tables to tell you about indie creators, you would have loved to be contacted
by them directly, make the time, and here we go, guys. Again, I'm gonna release the Onyx stuff and the other gentleman you showed me, hopefully tomorrow, and I'm gonna keep my damn Mendoza one for Na Wepa. All right, so that way you got see why Zombie Tramp. Wow, I found out some gossip. I'll tell you, I found out some gossip at Megacon, son. About what was going on with Action Lab and Zombie Tramp, which has been missing in action for 2 years, which is one of their hottest books, and it kind of just disappeared. So I got some Bochin shit, but once Dan Mendoza says I could share the Bochin shit, because I respect the homie, because they really are doing something awesome now, and I found it out there. Unfortunately, I had to find out like that, being told directly, not through news. Unfortunately, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
which is cool. But I'm happy that, as in the creators there, were able to get their rights back and be able to produce new content with the creations that they made. I mean, it was a fantastic show. It was in Florida. Thank God for AC in that MFR, because I would have melted.
It was so fucking hot, man. Oh my God.
Yeah, folks, we lost weight just walking from where Uber left us to the convention. All right,
it was so hot, man. I'm telling you, I'm excited for New York, bro. That's the next big one.
That's the big one. You know what? I know I was saying that maybe I'll go ahead and contact them and try to, will my way in. But you know what? Maybe I won't, because it seems that with people just emailing me, I don't know where out the blue. Do I really do I need them? You know what I mean?
Don't get spoiled, Al. Don't get spoiled.
I'm not getting spoiled. I'm not spoiled, but it's like, wow. I mean, I'm getting blessed because my whole family of Comic Crew is just bringing out positivity into the world. Constructive criticism. We're not here to tear down. We're here to lift up. And I'm happy that the industry is seeing how we roll. It's the same way, man. Critics is the same. It's about a celebration of our fandom, celebration of industry. You know what I mean? And we are all doing this for the love.
Yeah.
We're not getting paid, folks. We're doing this for love. I mean, obviously, if you want to support us, or we could share our cash apps if you ask for them. You know what I mean? But all right, so there we go, man. So I'm just gonna ask you this. Is where I want to leave it off, because I gotta help Blind Adam. He's gonna be on in a couple of minutes.
Oh, nice.
So would you do Megacon again?
I
don't want to put you on the spot, but he's like,
the fan in me wants to say, yeah, fuck yeah, why not? Like I would go. But the journalist and business owner in me is saying, why
do we got to work so hard?
I mean, like I said, I would come to kick it with you and get away and have a nice little vacay, at the same time enjoy the culture that I love so much.
And see happy fans that I'll give away. Shout out to Hero Collector, Diamond Collectibles, Only Press, Boston Metaphysical, Toink. I mean, we have so many. TKO or Blaze, right? I mean, didn't we make people happy, Klep?
Yeah, we did.
He saw that.
Yeah.
Klep saw it. Like, goddamn, we had like mad people in front of our booth. And I mean, there was even a Captain America with a megaphone doing stuff for charity, folks. And it was an ongoing joke that the homie had a megaphone, but he could not top Al Mega's voice.
Nah, you could barely hear him. You could barely hear him. We can hear you everywhere.
Yeah, man. Yeah. New York, Puerto Rican screaming the weapons and try to look for a buck. A shout out to Bill O for Geek Fest Film Fest for allowing us, and actually not even allowing us, for collaborating with us at the booth and making stuff happen. Poor Bill sent me a message when he landed. He goes, bro, I had you in my dream scheming, try your luck for a buck. He's never going to forget that. It was fun. It was live. thank you, Megacon, for the opportunity. Thank you for the press
Yes.
passes.
Yeah.
You know, Billo, thank you for the exhibitor pass. Klep, man, thank you for just coming down and seeing a familiar face here in
man.
Orlando, Florida. We had a
man.
kick-ass time. We even ate some good Cuban food, even though they were greedy on
Yeah.
tips.
Oh,
They
yeah.
were
Oh,
greedy
my
on
God.
tips.
They're asking for tips in Florida.
Yo. You know what? Before we go, I'm gonna put them on blast, son. Yo,
Yeah.
don't you ever call to someone and be like, yo, was the service okay? We need a bigger tip. Listen, you lucky and I ain't pull out my schlong and give you that as a tip on some real shit. Yo, and you laugh, but this is the second time that I deal with a Cuban restaurant that tries to play me the same way.
Wow.
But the first one was in New York, and now it's this one. So you know what, Cuba Libre? Yeah, you got good food, but you are pricey and bougie as F, and I could find a better Cuban sandwich right over here at the Old Cuban Cafe.
Oh,
for
man.
All right, and guess what? They won't ask me for a tip like that.
Oh, man. Y'all got mega upset.
Yo, it did, man, because again, we're trying to have a good time. You did a good service. We thought we gave you enough.
I thought it was a little awkward.
Listen, bro.
I thought that was a little awkward, like the way that.
I mean, it's the second time. It's like you don't listen. I'm gonna say it again. Controversial. A tip is a courtesy. I don't gotta give you shit. You chose that job. It's not my fault. And I'm sorry to say it like that, but it's just the fact. You chose to be a waiter. That's not my problem. You know what I mean? So if I give you a tip, just say thank you. You're lucky I gave you something because I really don't have to. And I just want to leave it at that. I'm a mean motherfucker. Anyway, with that, folks, what you need to do is follow my nice homie that shows some love and celebrates the movie and film and TV industry like no other. On some real business. No. Dude, you be knocking out videos left and right. You be getting some ill exclusives. I'd be jealous. You know what you gotta be streaming for me soon. So hopefully we get to hang out.
I started the Wu-Tang, by the way, bro.
Hey,
my God.
Tease, yo.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Listen to this guy, folks. All right, yo, Klep, let him know though where you gonna talk about that show and all others. Let him know.
Listen, man, I got a couple of exclusives coming up. I got Sweet Girl with Jason Momoa coming up. I got that. I'm gonna be watching that soon. And I got the Wu-Tang season 2 that I'm gonna be talking about on Klep CX FM on YouTube. That's Klep CX on YouTube and on wearecritics.com. I'm gonna have a full written review there, but a video on YouTube, guys. You gotta trust me. I'm gonna be breaking it down, letting you guys know what I thought.
And to be honest, folks, I think no one breaks it down like the big homie. I'm not saying this because he's my friend. He actually is a very talented individual with an amazing channel. So just please, sub, like, and comment on his videos, please. Just share, because that's what the YouTube algorithm wants you to do, okay? Yo, Klep, thanks for taking some time out, man. I'm going to go chill out now. With Blind Adam, the comic pimp, he's coming up in a couple of minutes, folks. You guys are going to have a blast. He's going to be bringing his best friend, Brittany, on. He's going to have a little speculation talk with Lucas Fashina, from the comiccrusaders.shop. And you know what? Even Al Mega make an appearance because he's even curious about, a little bit about Megacon. So I'll show him some awesome cosplay.
Talk about the VHS tapes.
Oh, yes. In the speculation, I should ask Lucas Fashina all about that and what he thinks. Yeah, man. Yo, shout out. Yo, guys, some crazy stuff is coming. I want to have you back on maybe next week, Klep, and we could talk about some goodness like that too.
Cool.
All right. It's not going to be a recap, but let's get talking about some spec because you know what? I know you're getting into it now.
Dude, I'm all over eBay.
Yes, he is, folks. Klep CX. Watch out. I'm Al Mega. You know what to do. Check out comiccrusaders.com or thecovercapes.com. And of course, hang out just for a few minutes and you're going to see Blind Adam go live. And with that, Klep, once again, thank you so much for tuning in. Check out We Are Critics everywhere. Klep CX on Instagram and sub to the channel Klep CX on YouTube. All right, for real, bro. You guys will be very, very happy. This is one of the most awesome homies that knows how to break down the show very constructively. He doesn't tear down; he builds up, and this is why we get along with him. All right. Much love, my brother. And with that,
man.
Wepa, hasta la próxima.
Let's go.